let me begin by saying that our amendment is not a rejection, if any of you were worried about it, of the Union flag and the flags of the home nations. It does represent, obviously, our shared, but let's acknowledge it, very complex history of the United Kingdom and our democracy and our nation. And I just want to say, when people are saying it kind of represents all the countries, I'm sure if you were Welsh, you would say, where's our dragon? Because it's not on the Union flag. Nothing about opposing the original motion diminishes that respect and recognition. However, as we've heard, Councillor Sullivan, you did a wonderful job of this. This motion is not actually about cohesion. It's about preventing the council from recognising the many different communities that make up our city. And it is, in our view, divisive, unnecessary, and an attempt to manufacture a problem that is not actually a problem. Our city is proudly diverse. We've all recognised that. People from many nations over many, many years have chosen to make their lives here, from European nations such as Poland and Ukraine, or further afield, from nations that were previously occupied or administered by what was known as the British Empire. These people make our city. They are Bradfordians. They work in our businesses, they serve in our public services, they volunteer in our communities, and enrich our city through their cultures, traditions and faiths. On significant occasions, why should we not be able to celebrate and recognise our shared but obviously very, very complex history and celebrate the richness and heritage of Bradfordians and its people? If we celebrate under this Tory proposal, the council would lose the ability to fly flags recognising those communities on appropriate occasions. What possible benefit does this bring to Bradford? If we can celebrate our diversity through festivals, food, music and community events, I don't understand why flags are treated differently. Also, the motion is worryingly silent on the pride flag. For many LGBTQ+ residents, the pride flag is a visible sign that Bradford Council stands with them and takes discrimination seriously. At a time when hate crime against LGBTQ+ people is increasing, removing that symbol sends exactly the wrong message. Flying the pride flag for a limited period has never diminished the Union flag. It has simply demonstrated that everyone belongs here in Bradford. The motion also raises an important question about consistency. If the council believes it's appropriate to fly flags in support of major sporting events, why are these considered more worthy of recognition than cultural celebrations or community events? Also, who decides, as we've heard, we've had this question from the Reform Party there, who decides what a major sporting event is? Would we have raised a flag if the English women's team had won the Cricket T20 World Cup the other day? What about if a Brit wins the Tour de France? Why is it assumed that sporting achievements unite us, but cultural identity be excluded? Why should supporting a national football team be acceptable, but celebrating the heritage of thousands of our residents not be? I don't believe there are convincing and logical answers to those questions, but instead what we should be asking is, what message does this motion send? Does it say that our city is confident, welcoming, it's proud of all of its communities, or does it say that we are only comfortable recognising some forms of identity while excluding others? I really believe that our national flags are strong enough to fly alongside flags that celebrate the people who make up our city and make it the vibrant, creative and welcoming place it is. For those reasons, I urge members to support our amendment and continue to give this council the ability to recognise all the communities that we are elected to serve. Thank you.